What's going on, guys? King Trats here, back with another video on the channel. And today I had to go back to my roots, my favorite things to make, the burrito bowl. Of course, we gotta add some different odds and ends to it. Usually I do this with ground beef, but as you could see before, I pressure cooked a pork tenderloin and added it to the stock, re-put it into a pan, let it cook in its own juices, added some more seasonings to it. It's not carnitas because carnitas is a different kind of meat, but it's what I was going for when I made this meal. Obviously, the health rice is a must, it's a staple, and the onion rings, you know I love onion rings and cheese. They have to go on everything when I need my comfort food. And today, man, I need my comfort food. It has been a long day. It is 3 o'clock in the morning, as it usually is when I'm eating, so you know I'm tired, but the grind never stops. If you appreciate and love the content, if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe, the like button, that cringy YouTube stuff. But it lets me know that maybe I should continue recording at 3 o'clock in the morning because I could be sleeping right now, but I wouldn't be. I'm not gonna lie, you know, doesn't matter. But oh no. Look at this stuff, look. Look at that. Tender, tender, tender. Oh, that is so good. Oh man, look. Already got a perfect bite. You know what we're gonna do too? Get a little of that lime on there. See how much I can spill on the camera. This lime is slippery as all. Okay, let's see. A little bit. There it goes. Perfect bite. Cilantro and lime is just goated. How much cheese do I have on my face right now? Probably a ton. And the world's tiniest fork as usual. I do have some leftover utensils from all the eating challenges I do. So I do have a plastic fork and a KFC plastic. I think I'll go with the spork because we keep it classy here. I just broke the spork. You can't make this up, man. Look at this. I'm just the worst, man. I fat finger everything. I fat finger everything. It is just a trap. Do I have another spork? I do. All right, let's try this again. Of course, I open it the exact same way instead of going from the other side like any other normal human being would do. Okay, this one's intact. Plastic spork. This thing's the same size as it don't matter. But I want to get into this onion ring too. You know what you do? This is what you really got to do when you get it going. I like to use things as spoons and forks whenever I get a chance. That's why I really like Middle Eastern food, because a lot of times they use like the bread as a fork, and that's just my vibe. So you get the onion ring in there. Can you even see the onion ring? There it is. This is gonna be crunchy, air fried. Goated. There's just something about a big bowl of yellow. It isn't even a bowl. I don't know what to call it. A big plate of yellow rice with some succulent meat on it. Cheese that just hits the spot every single time for me. Goodness. I really got to get some bigger forks though, huh? Look at this thing. I do have pretty big hands, but this is just not bringing in the points. And I only have either giant forks or really tiny forks that look like you're supposed to eat baby food with them. But nothing in between. I don't own any regular utensils at all, which is pretty weird, but I mean, you're talking about me here, so I'm not very normal. I'm telling you, a little bit of that chili paste. I've had chili paste to like the last 7 meals I've made because it's just got that perfect blend. It's like sriracha, but like a little thicker and a little bit more of like the chilies to it, and just, I don't know, I've fallen in love with it. And onion rings, I mean. You gotta have the big onion rings too. I don't like those little ones. How attractive was that? Of course, we got the goat pink lemonade. Oh, what did I just get there? I think that's the lime. Oh my goodness, man. I wish that I could just get you all a plate. You can come try this and see that I'm not overreacting. This is genuine. And I always say, I did the smack thing that I do when I really like something. I just heard it. I hate that. I don't know. I love you guys. I don't know how you watch me. I have food in my mouth. I'm smacking. I don't ever shut up. But I do appreciate y'all. Because it'd be really weird just talking to myself. Even though I am, in fact, talking to myself. You know, but social media has changed my life so much that you just do weird things like this. Between this and the Instagram thing, and I just started a TikTok. I've been really against doing TikTok since TikTok started. I always said, you used to be hard to get me on there, hard to get me on there. But I have to admit something. I'm gonna tell you guys today, and this is hard for me to say, but everybody takes L's. Even though I've had the app for the last week, I probably only have 5 uploads. I never really looked at anything. I just posted stuff and I'm right back off. But today, I can't believe I'm saying this. For some unforeseen reason, I decided to browse. I was on it for an hour. I have to admit, some of the stuff is quite funny and entertaining. And the people are creative on there. There's a lot of people doing their thing on there. I know it's a fast-growing app. And I have to admit, I was laughing a little bit. And I didn't expect that. At all. I don't like trends. You know, it's just not my thing. And one thing in particular, because I know TikTok is a very it's like a viral, more than Instagram, more than YouTube. YouTube's probably close with that. But TikTok and this generation, you know, I call it the TikTok generation, where, you know, your first social media thing that got hot, this generation that Nick just got into it, was TikTok. There was an Instagram generation, which I wasn't a part of. I'm actually a part of the Facebook and MySpace generation. But, you know, this generation is very much about, viral challenges. You know, everybody seems to do, the same kind of content, but they put their own spin on it. I saw one video where there's 2 things on the top of the screen. I know I sound old right now, because I am, okay? And call me a boomer, whatever. So there's 2 things on the top of the screen. Y'all probably oh, this is the challenge. I don't know, okay? I'm just telling you what I saw. And, the people walk straight, and then they, fork. You know, it'll say, Cheetos, and it'll, crunchy or puffed. And then, the person who likes puffed will walk that way, and a person crunchy go this way. You know, and I'm watching this stuff, and I'm going, I mean, it is creative, and everybody seems to do it. You know, there's, a lot of people that are jumping on the wave. Oh, my goodness. So anyway, the one that really caught my eye, on TikTok, there's a thing called, duets. This is all new stuff to me. I've never been on TikTok before today, actually browsing. Where content creators can, work together and, you know, collab remotely. So they, make a video and they splice it together, which is pretty cool. I think that's a dope concept. But they took some of the songs from when I was younger, and a lot of them are starting to go, viral again. I heard, one of the Yin Yang Twin songs, and they, everybody, twerking to it. That's not my thing, but I saw that. And that was from when I was, in high school. So, but the one that really caught my eye, that made me laugh, there was a thing where everybody's doing where, that song, again, this was from when I was younger, too. It's a song with R. Kelly and Usher. It's called Same Girl. And they're duetting it. They're singing the parts where, you know, because the song is literally about 2 dudes, and the dude calls the dude up, and he's like, you know, I fell in love with a girl, and the dude's like, oh, tell me about her, and halfway through the song, the dude's like, wait a minute, and he starts to realize it's the same girl, and that's what the song's about. So that became another challenge. But that got me like so nostalgic. And I'm gonna say something right now, which, again, ranch, I feel them. It's hard for me to say. And it's hard for me to say because I gotta get bigger fork, but this is ridiculous. I don't like the things that I hear about this person. And what I'm talking about is R. Kelly. It's hard for me to praise someone knowing what they did in their personal life. So I'm trying to differentiate the two. The human being that has done the things that he's allegedly done, I find despicable. Most people do, I would think. But this is the part that I hate to say. No one in R&B painted stories like that man. He made so many songs when I was in that genre at young age, where you were literally like on the edge of your seat listening, like you feel like you're in the conversation with this man. And that was one of them. They're literally telling you a story. It's not even a song anymore, but it's catchy and it's got a hook. And they have conversations with each other, and they're like, I met a girl, like, ooh, and they're back and forth. And then like halfway through, the dude's like, wait a minute, she lived where? It sounds like a phone conversation, but it's got a melody and hooks and music. I mean, that is just incredible music talent. Which I hate to say because I don't like him. But I remember, some of y'all might have heard it, and some of y'all might have. People in my age bracket probably know more. Younger people you might not know as much. But did y'all remember the song Trapped in the Closet? And forget about chapter 77, because there's like 49,000 chapters to that song. But chapter 1, I'm not gonna sing it. I might break into some song in a little bit, but this man in a song, it's rhyming, it's got melody, it's got lyrics. Well, I'm just gonna tell you the story. R. Kelly, in the song, is with a woman who's married. Again, this is a song, it's not a movie. I remember listening to it the first time. And he's with her, and they're like hanging out, doing adult things, and they hear a door open. And it's the husband, and she's like, hide. And he's like, what? And she's like, hide. And he's like, nah, I'm going out the window. And she's like, nah, we're on the 5th floor. You can't. This is in the song. An actual exchange. He's like, I'll just jump out the window. She's like, how are we on the 5th floor? You know how R. Kelly's singing, oh no. So you're like, oh no. In my head, I'm listening to it. I think I was like, maybe like 15, 16 years old. And this is back in radio station days. Radio stations aren't what they used to be, but back then you listen to music on the radio. Like there was none of this like, iTunes and all this other stuff, but I remember being half awake because I just woke up for school. And they premiered the song on Hot 97, which was like the only radio station back then. And in the New York area where I live. And I'm listening to this. And she's like hiding in the closet. And he's like, nah, I'm on the 5th floor. You can't. And he's like, fine, okay, let me. And he's like, let me in the closet. You know how he is, right? Again, this is a song. Not a movie. So then you hear the conversation between her and her husband. She's like, baby, I missed you. And he starts smelling the air. I swear to you, it's a song. Some of y'all might not have heard. Most of y'all like, I know. But I gotta say it, because it's crazy. And he's like, I smell it in the air. I know someone's in here. And she's like, nah. And in the song, the music starts swelling. And he checks over here. And he checks over there. And R. Kelly's in the closet. And he pulls out the, weapon. In case. And he says it. He's like, I whipped out my, and the music is swelling, and he's like, now I'm sweating like hell, and this is a song, again. And then, it's swelling even more, and the music starts crescendoing, right? And the thing I remember, the first time I heard this, I was like half awake, but I'm like standing at my sink, and like brushing my teeth, and I put my toothbrush down, and I was just like, alright, come on, like tell me the story. So then it gets to the very end, And he's like, he opens the closet. And then the song stops. And you're like, bruh. That was my exact reaction. I'm like, bruh. I gotta hear chapter 2. And they ruined it. There's like 47 chapters after that. And it got crazy, like unicorns and flying dragons and all kinds of stuff. But that first one was crazy. And he did another song. It's like a whole video where like he's sleeping with the boss's wife. It's like a mob movie. I swear, it's great. And the boss finds out. Or no, it was a daughter. That's what it was. It was with Kelly Price. Now I'm getting it because I'm old. And he was like, you know, that's my goddaughter. And Mr. Biggs, and who is this? And what you mean, what's going on? And he's with, and they like beat him up in the video. And it's so wild. It's just like music. I feel like nobody was doing stuff like that, man. He was making like R&B movies. And I hate to give that man props, because I can't. And again, only musically am I talking props. Personally, nah. Musically, that's wild. Like super wild. So of course in retrospect now, knowing all the stuff he did, I can't listen to it. But it went viral on TikTok, so I heard the song again today and I'm like, yo, this song is crazy. Y'all don't know the days of music videos maybe? Where like, there was actual production. Now it's usually like just some rapper like in a car and they throw some money around and, I mean there was that back then too. But like, I don't know, the R&B dudes are the ones that like, Biggie had it with Hypnotize, that was dope, but, or Tupac with California Love. Like the R&B dudes, they used to have like productions. Like, Usher had Nice and Slow. And if you in my generations, you already know, if you sing it's 7 o'clock on the dot, I'm in my drop top, you know what time on the dot it was and what he was doing after that, okay? But in that video, same thing. He gets caught, he gets beat up, right? And he caught the girl out and he got called and his girls were called ransom. Ransom! In a music video. I need that back. You know, y'all know what it was like to wake up to hear like TRL or, you know, Yo MTV Raps and BET, Rap City, The Basement, the Top 10. I remember this is when, you know, the late Notorious B.I.G., one of my favorite rappers ever, of course, you know, I'm a East Coast dude. I love Tupac. I hate the fact that they have to get compared. You have to pick one side. I don't like that stuff, but I always love Biggie. And I had his album, Life After Death, which tragically, you know, people know the story about Biggie. I don't want to get into that, because that was a wild time too. Like, it was one of those things that you can remember hearing on the radio and like grown men being upset that didn't know him. It was real. So, anyway, that album had two of my favorite songs that eventually became hit singles, but More Money, More Problems was one of them. And I remember when I was going to basketball practice on a Saturday, because this is when Rap City, The Basement Top 10 just come on in the morning. And they put that song on, and they're like, we got a new video for you, Notorious B.I.G. I remember late for practice, I had to run like extra wind sprints. I didn't care, because I had to watch the video. And my pops was yelling at me like, not her. I'm like, nah, I gotta watch this. And we're throwing their rollies in the sky, waving side to side. I feel like the music videos now don't do all that stuff. It's usually kind of just like, you know, flexing. Which was like that back then too. But there was like, productions back then, like crazy stuff. You know, the industry's not that anymore, because it's more about like streams and just views and stuff. But there was just a time like where like those, they were like opuses. Like, it was just wow. And it got me thinking about that today. And I feel like it's a dope time still today, because the creativity now isn't limited to the people that are famous already. Now, the power has been given more to us, you know, normal humans, content creators, aspiring content creators, people who just make a video and it goes viral, like that kind of stuff. You know, that's where the creativity has come from now. So that was cool for sure. But I do love the fact that there are things now like, you know, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, you know, things like where things, some people have the idea of wanting to go viral, but even if you don't, because I think the craziest moment for me as a content creator was on Instagram especially. And it's when my account like really grew. I probably had like, I was a little under 100,000 followers on Instagram at that point. And, you know, back then I was just kind of like posting my meals. Like, I wasn't doing eating videos. I wasn't doing anything like that. I was just posting my meals. And, you know, people liked it, which I liked, of course. But still to this day, I never really had any aspirations to like go viral or get, I was just doing it and I was enjoying it. And anyway, one night, someone suggested that I make spaghetti tacos as a client of mine. I didn't know it was from a show. Apparently it's from a show. I forgot the show. It was like Drake and Josh or Josh, something. I forgot. I'm old, man. But she said it. You know, because she was younger. I think she was like 16. And my clients know my content. They know what I do. So it was one of those like, what are you making tonight? And I was like, I don't know, tacos. And she was like, you should make spaghetti tacos. And I'm like, what? She's like, spaghetti tacos is the thing. I'm like, nobody eats spaghetti. That don't even make sense. But you know me, like I make weird stuff. So I was like, all right, challenge accepted. So anyway, I make these spaghetti tacos and they're like, nothing special. I made some good spaghetti and I had stand-in stuff, just regular shells. You know, wasn't no crazy like concoction, it just was spaghetti in a taco. So I posted it. And the post did well, but you know, it was like a normal engagement for me. But here's the crazy part. About 24 hours later, I get a DM. This is 100% true, by the way. You can check on their page, it's still there. I get a DM from WorldStar. It's 100% happened. I thought it was fake, but like, thank goodness they have like verified, you know, the blue check. And they're like, yo, is it okay if we use your content? And I'm like, in my head, honestly, I didn't answer back right away, because when you go on and you sign up for stuff like that, you put yourself out there on a page like WorldStar, you know, have millions of followers. You're setting yourself up, you gotta be prepared for the negative stuff that comes, because WorldStar, they post things, but there's a lot of crazy people that comment, and that's their engagement, you know, that's their crowd. So anytime somebody does something on WorldStar, there's nice comments and there's not so nice. And for me, it's not about like having my feelings hurt, but like once you start that wave, you can't turn it off. You can't unpost it. You know, you can't, now the spotlight is on you. But ultimately, I was like, all right, I bet, let's do it. I didn't know what post they were going to use. And I forgot about it. Probably about 5 days later, I woke up and my phone was going nuts. Like, I don't have notifications from my Instagram because like when likes go, like your phone does this and it kills your battery, but I do have the comments enabled. And I remember waking up and you could scroll down my phone for like 5-10 minutes like this. I was like, what the hell? And then I looked at my page and it had grown by like 6,000 followers in like 4 hours. I'm like, in my sleep. The post went up. So I'm like, something must have happened. So then I looked on post you've been tagged in, and lo and behold, there's a WorldStar post, and it had like millions of views. I'm like, oh man. I never looked at the comments till this day. Because I won't. Like, I don't need that kind of, you know, because I know people. My face is in it. Me, you know, shirtless, eating spaghetti tacos, like. But the caption said, would you eat this meal? But from that one post, my page had grown like 20 to 30,000 followers in like less than a week, you know. And I had already had like a decent number of followers, but when you go from like 90 to like 130,000 followers in that span, you're like, yo, so your pages just got so much engagement, so much, and that was like the viral moment for me. And it happened on the complete accident thing, so it was very weird. And all of a sudden, like, you know, I won't flex, but I'm not gonna. There was a couple of DMs from people that I had seen on television that had been in my DMs, and I'm like, you know what I mean? Because they all follow World Star, so it was a very weird time. I'm not saying that like to flex, but imagine just being like some normal dude. I still think I'm a normal dude, but all of a sudden having like these famous people like commenting on like your videos and your pictures. You're like what did I just see? You know what I mean? So that kind of stuff would never have happened when I was a teenager because there was no platform for it. This is so good, by the way. I've been running my mouth. There was no platform for that back then. You couldn't. There was Facebook and MySpace were the two apps that got popular. Twitter soon thereafter, but you didn't go viral on Facebook. You didn't go viral on MySpace. That's not what they were for. They were truly for social networking, for meeting people from other places. That's all it was for. And it was cool for that. You know, Instagram used to be that way, but it's gone more towards the content creator thing. TikTok is definitely not necessarily social networking. It's more of a thing where people are looking to get TikTok famous or Instagram famous, or it's a thing. You know, that wasn't a thing when I was, you know, doing that stuff. Even my Instagram page was a complete accident. It started as a not a food blog, but my own personal account. Like, King Shrats is a nickname that I had from high school. It's not like I just made it up. It was from the basketball team in high school. I told a story before, a long story short, like my coach didn't allow us to wear headbands, and one day I just put it on, said YOLO, and went into practice, and, excuse me, my coach said, hey LeBron, take off the headband. And I started laughing, and my teammate was like, he's King Shrats, he can be, because that's my last name. So, from there on out, I told him basically, if you let me wear this headband in this practice, if I miss a shot, I'll take it off. I didn't miss a shot because I wanted to wear a headband. So I was just lucky. And I said, if we lose a game after that, I'll take it off. At that point, we were like maybe 5-3. From there on out, we went like 21-3, and we lost in like the state semifinals. I swear to God, I wish I was making this stuff up. But we won like all these games in a row. So me and my teammates, we had like this thing. I have a wristband that said King Shrats on it, which if you look, I wonder if I still have, but in my high school yearbook, the basketball team photo, I'm wearing a wristband that's on my like bicep, and it says King Shrats, which coincidentally I wore when I got to college on my leg because I was like, I wanted a piece of home with me. But the seniors, when I did that, they saw it on my leg because I wore it around my like calf. They didn't like that very much because who's this freshman calling himself King Shrats? So they started to mock me, calling me King Shrats. So it kind of stuck. And after a while, like my friends would would call me King, and it just stuck. So obviously, like my real name is Dave, but that's something that happened. But my Instagram account was just my personal account. And when I decided I wanted to like lose weight, I started posting my meals as a food blog. And then from the food blog, people started to like the posts and they were like, you know, do you really eat this stuff? Which I was like, you know, I'll eat it because Instagram live stream just came a thing. So I was like, I'll eat live. And I started eating on live stream. So my account just started to grow. It wasn't something I was looking to do. It was my personal account. My personal account has just become like a content creator account. It wasn't like I woke up one day, I was like, I'm going to make content. I don't think I would have ever done it that way. You know, it just had to happen naturally for me to even do it. But at this point, I'm very comfortable clearly in front of a camera. I'm not even talking to anybody right now. That it's not unnatural for me to do it. You know, so, you know, there is an adjustment. Anybody who's aspiring to be a content creator of getting comfortable on camera, getting comfortable with how you speak, the way your voice sounds, you know, even using words like it's something that I try not to use. Which is why if you think I'm searching for something, I'll stop like that and then think before I actually exit my mouth. It's still something that I'm getting better at. But in the beginning, I mean, my voice sounded differently in my old videos. And now I look back at them and I'm like, how the hell did my voice get deeper? But a lot of content creators, you look at some of your most popular content creators, even the ones with millions of followers, go back to their original content. I mean, like their like first videos, a lot of them delete them because they don't want you to see them. But You can go to mine. They're all still there somewhere at the bottom. You can listen to my voice and it doesn't sound the same. My voice now is deeper and more nasally, and it just, I don't know how it happened. You just develop a radio voice almost. But those are kind of things that anybody who's looking to make content, like, it just happens over time. I know my YouTube channel is young in that terms because I don't have that many, even though I post every day, but haven't been doing it for that long, like regularly, only like a couple months. But it's a little easier for me on YouTube because I'm comfortable in front of a camera because of the live streaming and the stuff like that. But I finished that like a long time ago and I just ran my mouth. But even this, like my content, if you notice, there's things that I've been saying, or even the intro of each video, it's just second nature to me now. I don't think about it, but when I press play, what's going on? It just happens, you know, and my first videos weren't like that. It just, like, go back. They didn't have that in it. But every video I have now has that. So you develop intros, outros, you know, the hand signs thing that people don't understand. It came from Instagram, but even that developed over the years. It used to just be this. But, you know, I'm talking to aspiring content creators. Anybody who just wants to get comfortable in front of a camera. Because I think it's an important thing to have these days, you know, that, you know, most things are done, social media and blah, blah, blah. It's a good skill to have. Anyway, that meal was freaking delicious. Limes are the GOAT, cilantro is the GOAT, and burrito bowls are always the GOAT. But thank you guys for watching. We'll be back tomorrow, Thursday? It's Wednesday, right? So tomorrow, Thursday. We'll have content tomorrow, yes. Content tomorrow. I have to think. I don't know what day it is anymore. It's a blur. It's almost 4 a.m. I love you guys, though. We'll be back. I said that already. I'm getting tired. The hand signs. They made it. To you, why? I just missed my own fingers. Try it again. The hand signs. I can't even do my own signs. Y'all long gone by now. But anybody who's still here, I still love you. Hand signs, they made it to YouTube.